Site is treated as a tapestry of fields of activity, punctuated by nodes of intensified use, and defined by the existing site grid and the historic orchard grid of the Pilrig area, which is reflected in the contemporary street plan. The relationship between fields is defined by shared space and resources, encouraging diversification of use and interconnectivity between programs. As the site develops, the nodes expand in different ways to accommodate evolving use, and additional nodes appear, reflecting the new activities generated. While temporary interventions often act as prototypes for permanent commercial development, we propose a method of incremental expansion and consolidation of the initial programs, encouraging novel interactions which in turn generate new activities and the forming of thick networks of community co-production.
Our proposal introduces the concept of the magic circle of gain space into the city through the creation of a protected environment for community groups, local enterprises and creatives, separated from the economic forces of current commercial development. A community land trust is founded to promote play, learning and social activities independent of economic gains. The initial programs are small-scale targeted interventions addressing key issues within the community.
Initial nodes of activity derive from these needs and the connection to the wider area through the disused railway cycle path. These include a nursery, kitchen, reading room, performance space, creative practice studios, micro-allotments and tool library, all run by the community.
The framework that houses these fields of activity starts off unoccupied. As the activities generated from the nodes begin to develop, they expand into the space around them. This allows space for adaptation of facilities in the initial programs to test ideas, to create new or improved programmatic moves when they are desired. Once it is decided within the community that these developed programs are what is needed, they may be consolidated through permanent interventions.
Once embedded, the network of programs begin to benefit each other, using each other as shared resources beyond that of the collective facilities. Businesses that start out within the trust may move on when they find success in their endeavours through the experimentation facilitated by protection from market forces. The connections, however, are not lost, and the shared resources can continue to benefit them. An example of this is the allotments, which start out to provide much needed green space and facilitate the creative act of gardening for leisure. As a collective, however, they provide a meaningful food source for community meals and events.
Our treatment of the site explores the role of memory and misremembering in our experience of place, abstracting forms found within the site and placing them in unfamiliar contexts. This abstraction continues the themes of play, using a language that distorts the forms within the site to varying extents and presents them with a new use. It generates an unexpected familiarity akin to the themes of nodal space explored in the game study. It allows for a wider appreciation of the everyday and encourages undirected play by removing the conventions held by objects to accommodate for new imaginations. Themes of play run throughout the project. Play separation from everyday instrumental goals situates people in new, unconventional relationships formed through participation in engaged leisure activities such as cooking, gardening and performance. These activities, facilitated by shared resources such as collective childcare, encourage connections which are not about instrumentality or power, but of mutual benefit for all groups within the community.
This imaginary project has allowed an exploration of our own practice. Much like the magic circle within games, the project itself has offered a protected space for our development and learning, allowing us to experiment with new ideas akin to the act of play. The very table we built to draw, talk, play and exhibit from has been the physical space in which this work has taken place, situating our thoughts and imagination in order to learn and develop from each other.